Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is time for the NXT Event Center from events from the NXT Wrestling Show on the CW Network, plus matches from NXT Level Up. And now, here's the host of the show, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 1757 of the show. NXT is just over by now, and I gotta tell you, there's something going on. And I'll tell you what, I just finished watching NXT. Let's just say the women's division is all over the place. In fact, from top to bottom, she's like almost like an all-woman show almost. A lot more women have been displayed on this episode than ever before on the go-home show before Halloween Havoc. And it kicked off with one women's tag team match, and it ended with a tag team main event attraction. I'm starting to like this already. This brand new NXT. A lot more women getting exposure on the show. It's a huge deal of what the WWE's doing, what NXT, what Shawn Michaels is doing. I gotta tell you, this show has been top notch from top to bottom, and it blows my mind and amazes me every single time. I mean, I like it, and I like it. It's just crazy. And let's start off with the NXT Level Up. As you know, I do NXT Level Up shows with NXT now. So, Tyson Dupont and Tyreek Igwe, we'll get more on them. As they talk to as they go up against Harlem Lewis and Nico Vance. Dupont, and it was a heck of a brawl between these four boys are big dudes. And Dupont and Igwe they got more experience than Lewis and Vance as they win the matchup. Byron Saxton interviewed Mike Blade. As you know, Idris Enofe is on the shelf with an injury, and he's going to be facing Tavion Heights of the No Quarter Catch Crew. In women's action, Layla Diggs took on the Southern Belle Laney Reed. Reed ends up winning the matchup. Looks like they need a new Southern Belle since Lacey Evans left the WWE. And Reed does get interviewed after the match. That I did whatever it took because she was hanging onto the ropes, grabbing onto the ropes while pinning Layla Diggs. While she was talking, Layla Diggs tries to confront her. She walks away, and Layla Diggs says it's not over yet. And then the main event, Malik Blade went up against Tavion Heights. This was a heck of a matchup, but in the end, Tavion Heights has won the match. So that's a huge, huge deal for NXT Level Up this past Friday. And now for the NXT main card from tonight. Like I said, the women's division was all over this, and from top to bottom. And I mean, not the entire card, not the entire show, but still. It was majority dominant. It was majority dominant with women's segments and matches. I gotta tell you, I have to admit, this was one of the best ones ever. It kicked off with Damage Control's Kairi Sane Io Sky against Metaphor's Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. This was a heck of a matchup. Kairi and Io were holding their own against the young upstarts until Piper Niven and Chelsea Green got involved. And since Piper Niven got her hands on Jakara Jackson first, referee noticed that and had to throw the match out, but given the disqualification victory for Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. But they were from SmackDown, so I don't know if they were working. I don't know what count, but they attacked both tag teams. So I'm not going to be surprised if they decide to put a fatal four-way for the women's tag team title match, because now that Chelsea Green and Piper Niven wants in, Jakara Jackson and Last Legend, and now Kairi Sane Io Sky. If I were Bianca Belair and Jay Cargo, I would say, listen, fatal four-way elimination matchup. You know, the women's tag team titles can go all three brands, so that's something to look out for. Meanwhile, outside the Performance Center, Hank Walker and Take Ledger were in the merchandise stand there, giving a host to racing star Cole Custer. OTM and Jada Parker interrupts them. Meanwhile, Solo Ruka, Brinley Reese, and Carmen Petrovic were talking during a workout, and Ashante Diadonis would interrupt them, started talking to Carmen Petrovic. And it seems like Carmen Petrovic is, I think she's got a thing for Ashante Diadonis. And Sol Ruka has been suspecting it, and Carmen Petrovic goes, really? So Tatum Paxley went up against Jada Parker, and Lola Vice was watching the match in the back in the women's locker room. And Jada Parker did pick up the victory. Lola Vice was trying to get after Parker after the match, but referees and security was separating her. But while that's all going on, Wendy Chu attacks Tatum Paxley and stuffs her in a container, and wheeling container and wheels out with it. Lexis King was talking to the No Quarter Catch crew about getting a shot at the Heritage Cup and everything else. And he says, you got your match, but now Lexis King needs a cornerman. So Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans talked to Nathan Frazier in Axiom, but Nathan Frazier was talking a little too much to Javon Evans. Evans slaps him across the face, and then Nathan Frazier tried to go after him, and Axiom was trying to calm him down. And and then as Javon Evans walks away, Wes Lee taunts him. And then Javon Evans is overreacting. He says, you want some too? Cedric Alexander's trying to calm him down. And then Julia and Stephanie Vaquer talking about being NXT and how their goal was to be champion. And which was a great segment. But Adriana Rizzo was attacked in the back. Who made the attack? Who attacked Adriana Rizzo? Oh, by the way, I want to welcome a new subscriber to my channel before we go on. Ashton Sylvester. Ashton, welcome to my channel. Hope you enjoy my content. Got any questions? Feel free to write down in the comment section. Like I said, who attacked? Let's go back to NXT. Who attacked Adriana Rizzo? We might have some clues on that. And as Luca Crucifino took on Oba Femi, Femi won the matchup. And when Stacks went to go check on Crucifino after the match, Femi grabs him, throws him out of the ring, attacks Crucifino. Stacks tries to get at him, and he ended up attacking Oba Femi as well. And he ended up getting attacked as well by Oba Femi. And then as that continues, Tony D'Angelo comes out, but Oba Femi times him up to the ropes, where forced them to watch Oba Femi take out both Stacks and Crucifino as they get ready for this ladder match this coming Sunday. And then another Delta vignette on her way to Halloween Havoc, but she's not going to go by Delta. She's going to go by Zarya. That's going to be her new name, Zarya. And she got an endorsement from Rhea Ripley. So Andre Chase, addressing Rich Holland, challenged him to an ambulance match for Halloween Havoc. More on that situation. Trick Williams and Ethan Page went face-to-face. A little talk before their matchup. And Trick Williams, looking forward to it. Ethan Page says he's desperate. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez were talking about this Sunday as they face Julie and Stephanie Vaquer. If they don't influence, interrupts them, say, hey, we'll take care of them, whatever's left of them. And Kaylani Jordan interrupts all five, say, hey, which one of you three am I going to face? You'll find out this Sunday. So Ruka versus Carmen Petrovic one-on-one. And Adonis was in the crowd talking to a girl, but then starts walking out with the girl. And Petrovic was distracted by that. So Ruka took advantage. So Ruka won the match. Nikita Lyons was talking to Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe, going back to them. And they said, we're waiting for a moment. He said, you have to take it now. Oba Femi walks by holding her jacket. You dropped this. And she goes, thank you. No, thank you. It seems like to me, I think we found out the major suspect. Nikita Lyons being a heel, that's going to help her career. That's going to help elevate her to a newer level. And Hank Walker and Tank Ledger versus OTM. Lola Vice was attacking Jada Parker during the matchup. Cole Custer gets involved, hitting Bronco Nima in the back with the helmet that Tank Ledger gave him. And Hank and Tank won the matchup. And then Lola Vice says, wait. Need to hear my music. And then she starts dancing, and Hank and Tank and Cole Custer were dancing with her. I thought that was funny. But, it was really cool. Frazier and Axiom confront Ava about this whole situation. And he said, we'll put the titles on the line against Alexander and Evans. And, he was like, you didn't talk about your partner about it? And then Axiom was like, yeah, what's up with that? He said, are we the best tag team? We need to prove it. And he said, fine, yeah. And then Lexus King talks to Ava. Ava says, you can't force anybody to be a corpsman. That's not how it works. And Lexus King goes, okay, fine. Ridge Holland responds to Chase's challenge. Ambulance match at Halloween Havoc. Ridge Holland accepted the challenge. Sarah Stryber interviews Tony D'Angelo. Says, you want me alone? Be careful what you wish for. And then while Stephanie and Vicaire and Julia were headed to the ring to face Fatal Influence, Io Sky and Kairi Sane kind of look at both of them. And Io and Julia were smiling at each other. Interaction. No words. Stephanie Vicaire knows what's up. Then they face Fatal Influence. That would be JC Jane and Fallon Henley with Jasmine Nix at ringside. And she did get involved during the matchup. Kaylani Jordan decided to attack her. Fatal Influence ends up losing to Julian Vicaire. And then you see Cora and then Stephanie Vicaire and Julia celebrating with Kaylani Jordan. They see Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez on the balcony. And Kaylani Jordan was a Fatal Influence. They spun the wheel. And they say spinner's choice. And as Fallon Henley says, well, ladies, we're about to decide what the choice was. Lights went out again. Another Zarya vignette. And at the end, Zarya arrives on NXT to end the show. Would that be the ace in the hole Fatal Influence is looking for? Do they have their own enforcer? We'll find out Halloween Havoc, how everything goes down. That is all the time we have on this show. Tomorrow will be the Joker's Wild and AEW Dynamite on this channel. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, I want to welcome Ashton Sylvester to this great channel. And thank you for subscribing to my channel, Ashton. Really do appreciate it, man. Keep on watching the content and keep watching and have some fun. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.